Okay, so yeah, I do a lot of content based on what many may consider children's entertainment. I guess I'll just have to start playing adult games like Call of Duty and Battlefield.
There's 5 of them over there! That is retarded! Come on, get the game!
Hostile down. Shield their Overwatch.
One game, Mom! Come on! This kid is so annoying! I swear to God, you suck. This is retarded. I could have so many streaks. No!
But what can I say? I enjoy this kind of content. Sure, I love content more geared towards adults, but I feel that a lot of games and movies that are made for everyone just have so much imagination and wonder. I guess in reality, I don't label movies, shows, and games for certain age demographics. Well, unless it's something like Teletubbies. My point, however, is if you find children's entertainment enjoyable, then don't feel ashamed. You do you, Internet. Just don't do anything creepy or illegal. That being said, today's video is about one of my favorite movies, the Lego Movie. When I first saw this movie, I was in awe about how awesome it was. And it looks like I wasn't alone, as it has amazing reviews, made bank at the box office, and it even helped kickstart Chris Pratt's career. It did so well, in fact, that now a sequel is coming out in February of 2019, and you can bet I'm going to be there to see that movie. But while I wait till February of next year, and after watching the trailer and the movie like 10 times, now it was for research, but also because I love that movie. But enough about me rambling about how much I love the Lego Movie. Let's look in today's theory. What will the Lego Movie 2 be about? So obviously this is more of a prediction on what the sequel will be about, but I will be making this prediction based off evidence from the trailer and the first film. And my first prediction is that the sequel will be some years in the future. I base this not only because the Lego Movie 2 will be coming out in 2019, and the first one came out in 2014, but also the beginning line of the trailer.
A lifetime has passed since the horrific events of Taco Tuesday.
Also to add, you could tell this movie will most likely be based off the relationship between Finn and his younger sister. As at the end of the first Lego Movie, the father told Finn that his younger sister will now be allowed to play with the Legos. So it is my belief that the Lego Movie 2 will be 5 years in the future. Also to add to this is the voice of the sister. You can hear from the end of the Lego Movie that the Dublocks come down to Brick City and say,
from the planet Dublon. We are here to destroy you.
Oh, man.
Now, my feeling is that the sister here is about 3 years old, due to how she talks. But you can hear from the trailer, when this heart bomb is shot, the voice sounds like... Now this still sounds really young, but older than the voice from the first movie. This would obviously show the age between a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old. This would also be somewhat poetic, as Finn in the first movie was 8 years old, as seen from the beginning of the first film. And say 5 years has passed, that would make Finn's younger sister now also 8. So to recap, this film I believe takes place 5 years in the future, where Finn is now 13 and his younger sister is now 8. This is why Lucy says,
A lifetime has passed since the horrific events of Taco Tuesday.
So, why is this important? Well, there's another important detail I noticed not only from the trailer, but from the cast. Where is President Business and Good/Bad Cop? To answer this, I think we need to look into what will be the central theme of this film, and the theme of the previous one. In the first movie, the plot of the special and finding the piece of resistance and stopping President Business was created by the 8-year-old Finn. At the end, you can see that Finn represents Emmett, while his father, played by Will Ferrell, represents Lord Business, as his father wants every Lego to remain where he believes it belongs, and not played with. This is resolved as Finn's father realizes the beauty of creativity that his son has created with the Legos, and he lets his son and then his daughter play with the Legos. Now this is done brilliantly in the film, and I feel they are going to have to do some brother-sister conflict in the second film, due to the ending of the first film and what is said in the trailer. So how does this answer what happened to the two missing characters? Well, remember how I said Emmett represents Finn, and Lord Business represents Finn's father? Well, looking into it, I believe two characters represent Finn and his father. Finn has Emmett and Vitruvius, and his father is represented by Lord Business and Good/Bad Cop. I believe Finn is also represented by Vitruvius, as not only does he say something that Finn has shown Emmett.
Emmett, you didn't let me finish earlier, because I died. The reason I made it the prophecy was because I knew that whoever found the piece could become the special. Because the only thing anyone needs to be special is to believe that you can be. I know that sounds like a cat poster, but it's true.
It's up to you now, Emmett.
Believe. I know that sounds like a cat poster, but it's true.
But also you can hear Finn defend and stand for Emmett the same way Vitruvius does.
See, he can't do it. He will never be a master builder.
Of course not. Not if you keep telling him he can't. He needs to see that he can.
With proper training, you could become a great master builder.
I could?
The prophecy chose you, Emmett.
But I can't do any of the stuff that the prophecy says I'm supposed to do.
All you have to do is to believe. Then you will see everything.
Construction worker?
He's not just a construction worker, Dad. He's the hero.
Nope, he's not. He is a ordinary, regular, generic construction worker.
Also to add, the first scene in the first film has Vitruvius in it. This scene happened when Finn was born, as after it says 8.5 years later. I believe this is supposed to represent Finn's father realizing that his newborn son Finn will likely want to play and then destroy his creations, so he took away the Legos and moved them downstairs so his son couldn't play with them. This is why I believe Vitruvius also represents Finn. And on the opposite side, good/bad cop also represents Finn's father as a parent. As a parent, you kind of have to be like a good/bad cop. You are a good cop by taking care of your child and keeping them safe, but also putting a smile on their faces. But also a bad cop when you need to be strict and put your kid in line. And I believe that when Lord Business hired Bad Cop to gather up all the master builders, this was representing Finn's father constantly being strict about playing with his Legos. That's why you rarely saw Good Cop come out when he was so focused on restricting his son from playing with them, because he lost sight of how beautiful creating your own things with Legos can be. Man, that was a lot to cover, but how does this explain what the sequel will be about? Well, as I said, I believe good/bad cop and Lord Business absent in the second film may be due to where Finn's father has gone. I believe this film is going to deal with the bond between brother and sister. And I am here to tell you because I believe these characters' absence is caused because their father is gone. How? My two theories are either divorce or death. Dark, I know. But even though this is a kid's movie, this is something very real and something that could teach children a valuable lesson on life. So after discussing all of that, here is what I believe the second film might be about. Finn's father either gets a divorce and has to leave or sadly passes away, hence meaning the two characters representing him are gone. And speaking from personal experience, I have dealt with issues like this when I was really young, and I can tell you one thing that got me through it, and that was the support of my two brothers. And I believe in this film, instead of two siblings leaning on each other for support, they separated. Instead of playing with each other, Finn distanced himself from his sister and the Legos, as they reminded him too much of his father. I believe that may be why Vitruvius isn't there anymore either. I know he died, but you can see that at the end of the film, he was hanging around as a ghost. Vitruvius was always there to be a supportive person with wisdom for the other characters. But with Finn's heart now broken over what happened, Vitruvius disappears as well. So what did his little sister do? She wanted to play with her brother again. She wanted to have fun again and connect so they can lean on each other for support. So she starts playing with the Legos. I believe the scenes in the trailer are portrayed from the sister's imagination instead of Finn's. I believe Finn only starts playing again when he realizes that his little sister took all of Emmett's friends. And you could tell it's been a while since they have played, as Lucy says,
Oh no. Something new.
it sounds like she is seeing something for the first time in a long time. Also to add is when Sweet Mayhem finds them and asks for their leader. They show her Emmett. Though she is not impressed,
Your fiercest leader.
This guy is the special.
This guy was a fierce warrior.
Okay, well, technically, I did the warrior stuff.
So you fought and master built and kicked butt, and then the hapless male was the leader.
He, well,
and even though this is funny and all, and hits right at home, Lucy should know how strong and capable Emmett is based on what he did from the previous film. She should be able to defend and tell her what he can do, and yet she seems to have trouble doing this. This is because Finn's little sister is currently playing with him as she's imagining it. That her brother of course made the helpless male the leader, while the girl who kicked butt is the sidekick. And again, to add, the little sister also seems to have two characters representing her in the film. One of them being the already mentioned Sweet Mayhem, and a character we have yet to see called Queen Whatever Wabanabe. Sorry if I butchered that. The rest of the film will focus on Emmett trying to rescue his friends from the Sistar system. But in the background, I believe this is supposed to represent Finn trying to get his toys back from his sister, who took them to get his attention. Think about it. Why would she only take Emmett's friends and not Emmett? Or any of the other Legos? Because she knew it would get her brother's attention. And it worked. At the end, I think, as Emmett fights to get his friends back, and maybe he talks down Queen Whatever and Sweet Mayhem, in the background, Finn and his little sister talk and reconnect just like Finn did 5 years ago prior with his father. And now, because of this, Finn will either move on or will have accepted what happened to his father and begin to play with his sister again, which in the end will help them both accept what happened, showing them how important a relationship between siblings truly is. But hey, who knows? Again, this is just a possible prediction for the sequel. For all I know, I could be way off the mark and be way wrong. But we won't know until February of 2019. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And if you want to support the channel, you can always give me some support on my Patreon. But again, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time.